Right until this point, whenever someone asked me, can I get a throat cancer from acid reflux, or can I get stomach cancer from the ulcers that I have, from the gastritis that I have, or some other gut issues that I have, can I get cancer? The answer is statistically no, because a huge chunk of people, majority of them, won't get cancer from acid reflux, not the throat one, not the stomach one. Up until this point, that is what I used to believe. Even in my case, I battled severe acid reflux, which is GERD, and also LPRD. And my throat was completely messed up. I got the bad esophagus, which is the change in cells, it mutates. And if you're following over here correctly, that is what happens in cancer. Mine wasn't cancerous. I was able to completely reverse it. But I understand why you might have this thought in your head and why other people asked me all the time. Up until this point, I would always say this is only for the people who are like in the 60s, 70s, have had untreated acid reflux for decades, 20, 30, 40 years. They have been on PPIs, the proton pump inhibitors, H2 blockers. They never actually treated the reflux. They were just masking it with the medicines and all. Those are the kind of people whom I get with throat cancer and all. I help them with this. I'm a certified gut health coach. I have seen people lose life from cancer, throat cancer. I have seen people lose life because of mental health issues, which starts due to the gut health. So it's very personal to me. And now the reason I'm making this video is this message from this guy named Robert. I'll go through the message that he shared and the things that are in our top priority, the things that we're doing right now to really rapidly reverse his acid reflux and trying to fix the cancer as fast as possible. So this is Robert. He basically said he doesn't know if I had get this, but I totally get it. But he is thankful for the cancer, which is crazy. Like my first response was, "This is crazy. Why are you thankful for your cancer?" He's basically asking me not to worry, but he needed this brutal kick in his backside to finally take action. It obviously sucks, but he wish or he doesn't wish this on my worst enemy. Totally cool. And before this, he would basically go through the pain, brush it off, and manage it. But now, just a few weeks of actually knowing how real this shed is, he is prioritizing his health. He feels way better, and he realizes how much he was missing in life. And he's now experiencing life in a way that he never did. And I kind of relate to it. I kind of forgot how bad my mental health used to be. I used to think that I'll get cancer all the time, all the time, all the time. But then I had a panic attack. I would be thinking about the cancer and cancer. I used to be very obese, around 242 pounds as a teenager, and I was pretty unhealthy. I thought my heart must be very unhealthy too, and I must also get the cancer any moment. These used to be the thoughts running through my head. And one day I got a very bad reflux attack and I confused that as a heart attack. I thought I was gonna die at that point. I basically apologized to everyone, saying, please forgive me if I have done anything wrong. And I was just, no, it's my about time. And that was the moment that made me change everything. I had a very committed part time job. I was doing my nutrition studies, business studies, and then I changed my life around. I left my job, got certified in gut, did everything I could to reverse my issues. And if I hadn't had that severity, the bad esophagus, I might have been just like Robert, just brushing it off, going through the pain. This typically happens more in men. I have seen women take such diseases much more seriously, even mental health issues much more seriously. Women take it much more seriously. They work more than men. We typically try to just brush it off. We don't really care about it until it's like very catastrophic. So I get it why he feels like this. And the reason I'm even making this video, I already made a reel about it on Instagram, which got close to 500,000 views. A lot of people liking, commenting, like, yeah, that's pretty bad. We also talked about how this is pretty rare. So what I'll do is I'll go through the things to make sure, even if things are not that worse for you, even if things are manageable, or even if things are worse, what are the things that we are doing right now for Robert that are working, and he's feeling better. like a lot better. He's making the progress. The burning is kind of very down. He's prioritizing his health, everything, yada yada yada. So let's just get right to it. And the only message from Robert is, please take action. Whatever you learn from this video, don't just mental masturbate. Don't just learn everything and keep it in your head. Please take some action, or else me taking my time out making these videos is just freaking worthless. So please take on action on whatever I'm gonna suggest from here. So let's say it was his story, like he was in his mid 20s when he first got the reflux. He's like a very career driven individual. He just ignored everything, was just on PPIs, taking Tums, etc. And then he got the esophageal cancer, which is pretty bad. Okay, so made some progress. Over here, number one, if someone is dealing with cancer, the first line of defense is you gotta talk to the specialist. This is pretty obvious, so you can ignore the step zero over here. We can go right into the protection phase. Once you got support from the specialist, we'll now have to talk to the protection phase. This is something even if a person or even a gastroenterologist or even a ENT doctor or even a cancer specialist dealing with this, if they know the right thing, this is what they will suggest. They will not suggest you PPI, proton pump inhibitor, etc. I mean, they will, but this thing is even more required. This will be an alginate supplement. What alginates do is they create a kind of barrier on the top of your stomach, making sure whatever you eat doesn't reflux back up. Now, if you are overeating, binge eating, just you know putting a lot of pressure in your belly, even this thing will fail. So we'll have to do on some other stuff, other works. We'll get to it. So this is the number one hack. You'll have to get on an alginate supplement. There are a couple of options. I'll link some of it in the description down below. There is one Reflux Raft, one Reflux Gourmet. Make sure it does not have the mint flavor. I don't know why these guys even bring it in the mint flavor. Mint is something that relaxes the low esophageal sphincter. Sphincter is the valve that we have at the top of our stomach. If it relaxes, that is when acid, comes right up. So we don't want mint in anything. And make sure to go ahead and check that out, the reflux draft, etc. So this is the one thing. Next is you got to be serious. Like he was still eating acidic foods. He was drinking coffee every day in the morning. He will also do alcohol, whiskey in the weekend, and a ton of processed food. Like he's pretty busy, working more than 12 hours a day at a time. And weekends is the only place where he got to chill. And the way for him to chill will be alcohol, like binge eating, etc. So you don't really want to do that. A lot of these stuff, you know what's bad. Just take action. Don't get to this point to take the action. You don't have to have a catastrophic panic attack like me, or bads like me, or cancer like Robert to take action. Just take the action right now. Next up, what we do is we switch to some easy to digest meals. Like for everyone, this thing will be different. Healthy food are not always reflux friendly food. You need to find out what's reflux friendly for you. I have a lot of Instagram reels talking about my meal options, etc. You will find a lot of these stuff. Like I share my entire meal plan in this reel, so go ahead and make sure to check my Instagram out and other stuff. And I also make a lot of YouTube videos, so make sure to check out on the why part. Now let's coming to this. You got to find out food that's nutritious for you, that you can digest easily, that won't trigger your symptoms, that will heal you. This is the most important part. And the second important part is you gotta stop the bad habits. If you have a binge eating habit, I did, you gotta get to the root of it. Like mostly binge eating habit will come from a place of you ignoring something. Anytime I'll get a negative feeling, I'll binge eat to cope with that. So you gotta do the real groundwork. I do help a lot of people with this, nutrition, everything else. So if you want one-on-one help, you can check out my detailed video about my entire process. Everything else you'll find it in the description, and also the call booking link. If you want to hop on a quick discovery call, I'm also working on Project Reflux Recovery, which is completely free to join. You can find more details in the description. Now coming back to this, you gotta stop the bad habits. He also had a bad habit of overeating. You gotta watch your thoughts, your action. That's basically the thing, and we go much more detailed into my programs and stuff, and I have bunch more videos around this. So these are the things that you gotta do, and you will do it if you have purpose in your life, if you have a good enough why in your life. So lean towards that. Your life is precious, your family is precious. Do you not want to be there for your family? Are you not gonna fix this for your family? People say they will work hard for the family. Why not work hard to fix your health? Because if you have fixed your health, you can then work hard 10 more. Like I couldn't work when I had these acid reflux and other gut issues, the bloating, brain fog. I'll have low energy, bad mood. I couldn't work. I had that part-time job. It was good paying. It was based in Germany, a really good tech magazine. I was paid good. It was stressful, but I was paid good. But I couldn't work. So please take care of your health, take all the action, and then you can pretty much work hard. Like right now, I can drink coffee. I can drink 2 cups a day. I can work 14 hours a day. I can push through nights. I can do that because I strengthened my body and my gut. So once you do that, then you can follow and find your limits and play around with that. But mostly, you need to do what you need to do. Focus on your health. Now, again, another step is to create a healing environment. Not only all the things going into your body has to be food, it can also be how you think. It can be the people around you, it can be your mindset and everything else. So, managing stress is very important. Dealing with cancer is obviously overwhelming. Dealing with all the symptoms that you're having is obviously overwhelming. Whenever I go to a doctor, they will just brush it off like the typical bloated gastroenterologist. Like, dude, you are bloated. And he will give me advice on to lose weight. Dude, you are overweight yourself. So if you find a hypocrite doctor, don't go to them. Like, I'm not against doctor. A bunch of people in my families are doctor. I have got good friends who are doctor, but I'm against these hypocrites. Not only doctors, in life general, you'll find always that guy who is unhealthy and giving you healthy tips. Like, dude, follow it yourself. You'll also get advice from broke people how to make money. Just don't do that. Always follow from people who are there themselves, have walked the path, or even if someone who is highly knowledgeable and helped a ton of people. So only talk to doctors who look fit. That's what I do. Again, coming back to this, simple habits like doing breathing exercise, relaxing your body, doing a little bit of meditation here and there, or going on a walk with your loved ones creates the real space for healing. And you gotta put in the work. If there is someone who is negative in your life, you gotta slowly cut that person away or let them aware, like, dude, I'm having trouble because of you. Prioritize your health. And just doing the simple things helps a lot. So just take action over here. And lastly, we'll have to invest in our health. This is should be pretty obvious. Like, you need to invest in your health. And I'm not only talking about money. I have people who pay me thousands of dollars to work with me. And it's not just the money. You gotta invest with your time, with your effort, with your energy. That's where the real investment is. Money is nothing, it's just a currency. But your energy, your time, that's the real currency. You can make a lot of money, but you can't make a lot of time. So you got to invest that time in your health, because health is everything you got, and you don't have to wait for a very bad moment to realize it. So he scaled down his workload. I think he's doing part time right now. I don't know, or he is gonna leave his job right now to prioritize. But I'll suggest him not leave his job, because you need to do something in life. You can't like sit idle, then your thoughts alone will completely mess you up. So you do need something. So I think he has scaled his workload, and this is what I recommend you. If you can do it, do it. Prioritize your recovery and cut down on unnecessarily spending. Like, you don't have to spend on stupid stuff. You don't have to buy that new car. You don't have to buy that new stuff. I mean, you don't have to be taking blueberries every day or strawberries, raspberries. You don't have to do that every day. You can just eat banana. It's kind of reflux friendly. You can make it into a nice smoothie, add banana in it, add chia seeds in it, add walnut, add cashew, add a vegan protein powder that's easy to digest, add all of these things, make up a quick smoothie, slowly drink it, do the breathing exercise, relax a bit. You don't have to spend a lot of money. So you got to cut down on unnecessarily spending. That way you can also scale down your workload. So you don't have to make a lot of money to spend a lot. You can definitely do that. And you got to realize that health comes first, because once you heal, you can work even harder. Like, do you realize how hard I work? I talk to clients all day, probably 6 hours a day. I hop on the free discovery calls. Those will be like 1 or 2 hours a day. I work on content. I work on my Instagram, and then I go to gym to work on my body. I also cook food. So you gotta prioritize your health first to reach a level like me. You can't push past your health, because you can always try that, but until your own body teaches you, like, you can't do it, dude. So yeah, this is kind of also an update on his journey for anyone who followed me from this. I think a bunch of people followed me, probably thousands of people. It got like 500,000 views and all. So I'll post this on my story, and I think a lot of you guys would have came here from that. The update on his is he's doing pretty much fine. I think he's about to pause his work for few months to figure out all of these. But the thing is, in situations like these, you gotta focus on your mindset a lot. It is gonna be a little bit financially draining for him, can be emotionally draining for him, but he's looking at it like an opportunity to take back his health. He was at a bad place, and cancer was just a reminder to him. He was already doing pretty bad. He was just ignoring it. And it was just a wake up call for him. You don't have to wait for a wake up call like this. I typically did. And do I regret? Probably. I wish I would have started sooner. But that's the normal. But that's the way life goes. You can't split test life. What happens, happens. But what you can do is right now. Take the action. If you want one-on-one help, you'll find more details below. If you want to check out the video on how I help people, you will also find the link to that in the description down below. Like this video, share this with everyone so that people don't wait for the life to become so bad like this to take action. They can take action right now. And drop a subscribe. I'll put a lot of more content that is gonna help you in this healing journey. And also follow me on Instagram. You will find my paid courses, the free program that I'm launching. Everything will be in the description, in the comment section. And talk to you soon.